Hi, I'm Michael Shane. This presentation provides a structured overview of the meeting with Lori Henderson regarding her potential resignation and outlines the retention options available for leadership to evaluate. Table of contents. Objective, key facts, due diligence, options, recommendation, course of action, and communication and expected outcome. Here's our objective. Summarize Henderson's stated of intent to leave, present key facts and risks, outline retention options, and recommend a course of action. Here are some key facts. The following are the key facts regarding the meeting with Henderson. Henderson emailed Sunday afternoon requesting an urgent meeting, signaling a possible raise request or resignation, and leadership waited to respond to maintain a calm, measured approach. Henderson is the firm's top performer, yet her base salary is below her peers. And she raised concerns about compensation, misalignment, and lack of leadership support during recent interpersonal conflicts. Although prior staff complaints were subjective and unrelated to performance, they contributed to tension and influenced her perception of inadequate support. Her potential resignation poses financial, cultural, and client risks, especially given possible competitor recruitment and past inequities, such as the diluted sales competition award. She agreed to delay her resignation for 24 hours while leadership evaluates retention options and remains bound by non-solicitation clause. Due diligence. Before making a final decision, leadership needs to review Henderson's performance, compensation, and role expectations. This includes checking her sales data, evaluating the impact of a $150,000 compensation change, and considering internal equity, client risk, and past interpersonal issues. Leadership must also set clear expectations, confirm any role changes fit operational needs, and agree on performance benchmarks and written terms before moving forward. Here we have option one, retain Henderson. This option keeps Henderson by raising her compensation to reflect her strong revenue performance and adjusting her role so she can focus on clients and productivity. The $150,000 bonus salary solves her financial concerns, protects revenue, and supports a performance-driven culture while helping reduce conflict. The risks include possible equity concerns, the need for coaching or staff changes to manage team tension, and setting a precedent that high performers receive quick intervention. Role changes also need to be communicated carefully to avoid the impression that conflict is being rewarded. Option 2, retain Henderson with non-financial adjustments only. This option tries to keep Henderson without changing her pay by adjusting her responsibilities, improving team alignment, and increasing leadership support. It focuses her role on key accounts and relies on culture and long-term growth instead of immediate compensation changes, avoiding added costs and equity issues. However, because compensation is one of her main concerns, this option is risky. If the pay gap is not addressed, she may still resign and leadership may appear unresponsive. Option 3, allow Henderson to resign. This option lets Henderson resign and starts the search for a replacement. It avoids making compensation changes under pressure and removes team tension related to her communication style. However, it carries major risks, including revenue loss, possible client departures, and a message that top performers are not supported. Hiring and ramping up a new high-level salesperson would also be costly and uncertain. Recommended option, retain Henderson with compensation adjustment. This approach protects critical revenue, supports a high-performing employee, and reinforces a performance-based culture. It addresses Henderson's concerns directly while also resolving team tension and maintaining fairness across the organization. The suggested course of action. The recommended course of action is to retain Henderson by adjusting her compensation to $150,000 based on her performance and revenue impact. Leadership should explain that the compensation data is driven, address team tension through coaching or reassignment, and refocus her role on revenue to reduce conflict. Clear expectations should be set to maintain fairness and leadership should be met within, and she should meet with leadership within 24 hours to finalize the terms and secure her commitment. Communication plan. The communication plan focuses on promoting clarity, professionalism, and performance standards for both Henderson and the team. Leadership should recognize her strong results, confirm that her compensation matches her performance, and set clear expectations for communication, teamwork, and her updated roles. Staff should hear consistent messages about respect, accountability, and performance-based pay, along with clear cultural expectations. This plan is expected to improve communication, strengthen teamwork, reduce tension, and raise more morale throughout fairness, transparency, and clear roles. Thank you for listening to our presentation.